Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to walk you through how to create the stack. This is part of the model train project in IED, which is part of the Project Lead the Way curriculum. A couple of things to note before we get going. First of all, make sure that you constrain every single 2D sketch that you create. It needs to be fully constrained. If you don't do that before you do things like extrude, or in this case revolve, you're going to find that you're going to run into issues later on. Okay, it's going to cause big things, and you're not going to realize it until you're well down the road and you realize that something wasn't wasn't completely locked into place. A surface wasn't in the right spot. It looked like it was good until you went to assemble with other things, and just things don't work out. So keep that in mind. An easy way to help keep these constrained is to keep your sketches simple. So do things like fillets, things like that, chamfers. Do them in 3D mode instead of within the sketches, because every time you trim out a piece or you do something special, you tend to add more constraints as a result. So it just becomes more work than it needs to be. And just remember, as you're watching this video, as you're watching any of the videos that you might see on my channel, there are many correct methods of creating all these 3D shapes, and what you're going to see in this video is only one way. Really, the idea is you become more independent anyway. So we want you to try things out and build things as you see them work in your brain. Okay? So onward, here we go. In order to create the sketch of the stack, we're going to just sketch the half profile from the middle to the right-hand side. Okay? You can see, so this line that you see here running vertically would be the very dead center of the stack as the finished part. Okay? You'll notice that I don't have anything like a cutout. I don't have any of the holes in the middle of the piece. No, nothing like that. Okay, so we want to make sure it's fully constrained. You'll notice the arrows, the spots that I clicked between for the angle constraint, for instance, like between this line and this line is how I created the angle constraint. And then if you click here and then on the end point, it'll let you dimension the distance between. Okay, there are a few things like that. You'll figure that out as you go to click on them. Just make sure it's fully constrained. Okay. And it has to be a completely closed loop. A lot of people will forget, like, this needs to be a solid line right here vertically, or they'll forget to do this little line at the bottom because it's just on the axis and you don't see it. Once you have that fully closed loop, the next step is to revolve, and you're going to have a solid smokestack, no holes in the middle, no nothing like that. It's going to look like this. Next step is to do a sketch plane on the top surface, and we're going to place a simple point right at the origin. You need to make sure that it says fully constrained. If it's not, then you need to make sure that it's aligned with the center point there. But once it's fully constrained, which it should be, that should be very easy, then we go through and we place a hole. Okay? When we're in the hole feature, we're able to do two different depths at once if we use the counterbore option, which is right here. So if you choose that and you throw the right dimensions in here, okay, you'll notice at the bottom, if it shows you cutaway in the actual dimension drawings, and it shows you that it's a flat point at the bottom. Okay? Whenever you get done with that, then you're basically done, except for the chamfer around the bottom edge. Okay, so you'll want to chamfer the bottom edge. It says it's optional. I can't remember what the dimension is, maybe 0.01 or something like that. But once you throw that chamfer on the bottom edge, then you will be 100% done with the stack.